Lucy, stop licking your butt. Don't look at me like that. Hey guys, hope you're having a lovely day today. Today I'm just doing a little get ready with me. It's been a while since I've done a true life update get ready with me. I think my last one was back in February and it's been a minute and I have some new things going on. I just got a new job, so lots of changes in my life. Maybe you can do your makeup at the same time. I just got this little guy from Huda Beauty, the neon orange palette, so that's what we'll be using today. I also have some new ColourPop items that I've never tried before, so I'm thinking something bright and kind of summery. So if that sounds good to you, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I want to say is that I started to film this yesterday and I had some issues with my lashes. I tried to use lashes from Tarte again. The first time I used them, I remember them being an issue. This time around, they would not stay on my eyeballs. Whatever I did, I could not get them to actually stick and stay down. And by the time I was done, I had glue all over my eye. I had ruined my makeup look. So I can already tell you that this is very pigmented. So I'm happy to try it out again and actually complete the look. But I didn't get too far in the video. So a lot of this is still a first impression. I did already prime my lids. I always use this from ColourPop. It's the No Filter Concealer in the shade 06. It's a little bit light for me, so I like to use it on my lids. I've also done my brows already. But what I'm going to use first, because I don't often show this is the Becca Skin Love Glow Elixir, and I always forget to show it because I often put it on before I start doing my makeup. So I'm just going to take a couple drops of this. I like it because it's fairly light, but it gives me just enough moisture. I'm currently using the Drunk Elephant Retinol cream, and it's been a little bit drying on my skin. So hopefully this helps us out. I need a couple more drops. My skin just kind of soaked all of that up. It smells really good too. It smells like cucumbers. So I like to do this first before my eye makeup because by the time I'm done, it has all sunken in. I do believe I also still have some lash glue on my eyelid and on my lash from yesterday. When I say it's the House of Lash eyelash glue, when I say that does not come off, it does not come off. It's great when you're wearing lashes because you don't have to worry about them kind of coming up at the ends. But when it comes time to actually take them off, I literally just soak my eyes in my Pharmacy cleansing balm and still, it's a struggle. It's really hard to get it off and I'm still noticing it there, but I'm going to cover it all up so it'll be fine. Starting with this palette, like I said, I did already use it a bit yesterday and I can tell you the mattes in here perform beautifully, at least the ones that I have tried so far. They are super pigmented. But the shimmers, I was watching Mel Thompson's video and she made a really good point. These shimmers are more firmly pressed than the ones in previous palettes. I currently have Emerald Obsessions and Mauve Obsessions and Coral Obsessions. I love these little guys. So they're a little bit more firmly pressed and you may have to scratch or dig a little bit on the top to get the true pigment to come out, because when you first lay your finger down, you do just get a lot of glitter. And I noticed that when I was doing some swatches. I put some swatches of this over on Instagram a few days ago, but by now I do have more of that true pigment coming through. I just want to make that note in case you are like meh when you first swatch these. So I'm just going to kind of recreate and copy what I did yesterday because I really liked the way the look was going so far. So I'm going to start with that very light pale orange shade there. I like that this is called the Orange Palette and there's only 3 oranges in there, but I see where they were going with it. I do like it. And I'm using the Sigma E35 and just laying down that color. And going back in once more just to build it up. Like I said, I did already put concealer down. I kept my base wet because these are bright colors and I want to get the most pigment out of them. I got eyelash glue all over my lashes. I didn't notice it that much until I put concealer on. I'm going to cover it with the shimmer shades though, so it should be fine. I'm going to take this little brush from Spectrum. It's the A12 and that bright yellow shade. I want to put that on my inner corner, kind of working up just for another pop of color. I guess all of this is a pop of color, but see how bright that is? And then just kind of diffusing it upwards a little bit. One more time. Okay, same brush, and I'm going to go in with this brighter orange shade at the bottom corner. It's such a cool color. I'm just going to kind of work that into my crease a little bit, and then I'll blend it in a second. Okay, so I started a new job, which is really exciting. I've never said where I was previously working because I couldn't talk about where I worked. I've just said that it was retail. So where I was previously working is Aveda. If you're not familiar with Aveda, they are mostly a hair care brand. They started in salons, but they do everything. They also have great skincare and body care. And I have worked there for 9 years. You've definitely heard me say that I worked for Lush. If you've been watching my videos, I worked for Lush and then worked my way up to Aveda, literally up. It's a couple floors up in the same mall. I have worked in the same mall for, that would be 12, 13 years. So I've been there for a minute. And while I loved Aveda and working for them, I've learned so much over the years working for them. It's what really made me want to become an esthetician because I learned a lot about skincare through them. I've learned so much just about management, retail management, and I'm really grateful for my experiences there, but it was time for a change. I've been there for so long, and I felt like, for me personally, I was just a little bit stagnant and I needed to move on and find something new. I was originally not trying to do retail anymore, but I found another retail position. It's really hard when that's all you have in your experience and your resume. You get kind of used to that lifestyle, and trying to branch out and go to like a more office type of job, which is what I was looking for. I wanted normal hours, Monday through Friday, off on the weekends so I could spend them with my husband, and that's just not what happened. So I have found myself at Ulta, and I'm really excited about that. I've already worked, I guess, about a week there, a week and a half, and it's so fast paced, and there's just everything I love is in one place. The people there have been really nice and very welcoming, and I'm really happy that I have a new start. I'll be 31 at the end of the month, and I just needed a little bit of a change in my life, a little bit of a mix-up. So like I said, while I am grateful for my experiences and everything that I learned at Aveda, it was time to move on. I couldn't really talk about where I was working because they didn't want me to, which I totally get. They didn't want me talking about all these other brands when I'm really just supposed to be representing them. That makes total sense to me. But when it came time to, not that I'm there yet, but if I ever could make money off of my videos or take products from brands to try out and that kind of stuff, I wouldn't have been able to do that working there. And Ulta has been a lot more accepting. So it's exciting for me to have the change, but it's also going to help support my YouTube channel as well. I mean, I get that discount. There is a new disclaimer down at the bottom that says I occasionally receive a discount on the products I may be talking about because of where I work. I won't be saying in every video where I work, of course, but I just wanted to give you guys an update and kind of let you know what's going on. And as far as Aveda not really wanting me to talk about that and where I worked, I was fine with that. For me, honestly, because I do show Aveda product in my videos occasionally, I talk about their hairspray a lot. I use this hand cream religiously. I love their hairspray, and I do put their products into my videos occasionally, and I never wanted it to seem like inauthentic or that I was pushing it because I work there. Of course, that will never be the case. If I do ever get to the point where I'm doing sponsorships or some kind of affiliate kind of links or videos or whatever else, you guys will know that. But I'm glad, because then that way it never seemed like inauthentic or like I was just pushing that product because I work there. Does that make sense? So now I'm going to blend it now that I've laid all that color down. But yeah, I think working at Ulta kind of aligns with what I'm trying to achieve in life and here on YouTube. I don't have like specific YouTube goals. I want to do well on here. I really love doing this. I love talking about makeup. I love the connection that it's given me. Just since August, it's gonna be a year before we know it, and I have loved my time on here. It's looking a little spotty just where I had those little spots of glue, but I'm gonna be covering that up with hopefully lashes. Hopefully they work better for me today, and some liner, so that'll be fine. I'm gonna go in and do a little bit of a cut crease next. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do, I can never talk and do a cut crease at the same time. My apologies. If you notice a little bit of a lighting change, it's because I put on my lighted mirror right here. I realized I couldn't see, but I'm going to use this green kind of shade, and I'm gonna put that on the inner corner, working upwards on the lid. I just hit myself in the nose. And I don't have MAC Fix Plus, of course, because it's not cruelty free. I have a tiny bit of Catrice Prime and Fine left, and while I love this on my face usually, it's getting down to the bottom, and it's getting to the point where the sprayer isn't spraying super even, so I'm gonna use it up on my brush. I am going to use my finger for the most part with the shimmer shades, but just to get up into that little tuck right there. I don't know if you guys can see anything. I'm probably covering my face with the mirror. That's what I usually do. See how much more pigmented it is just on the finger? I really love that shade. It's so cool looking. So with that said about starting at Ulta, another thing to note is that it is part-time, so I'm going to be looking for a second part-time job. I wish it was YouTube, but yeah, it can't be yet. I took quite a bit of a pay cut going from Aveda to Ulta, and with that being said as well, I am going to be a little bit more strategic about what I'm buying for my videos and for reviews and whatnot. I'll probably do a lot more polls on Instagram, maybe even Twitter, to see what you guys want to see. So if you're not following me there, I'm Kayla Remarks on everything, just so I have a better idea of what I should be purchasing and what you guys most want to see reviews on. Okay, next shade I'm going to dip into is this orange one, and I think I'm going to use just my finger for that, my pinky finger. So what products do you guys want to see next? Any new releases you're super curious about? I just watched Raw Beauty Christie's video on the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics lipsticks. That shit's disgusting. That was so gross. So gross. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. She puts it under a microscope. It's so gross. I was gonna buy them and I didn't, just because the trio that I was interested in was sold out, so I didn't purchase it. Thank God. That's really pretty. So what I'll do next is just take a little bit of the matte orange shade that I had over here and just kind of fuse them together. This one I am having to work a little bit more than the green. It's probably just because I've used it a little bit less. Before I get glitter everywhere, I'm just going to take a makeup wipe. We get these from Costco. I get a big, huge box of them, and I'm almost out. But if you're new to watching me, what I usually do is I just fold it in half. This is so satisfying to me. And I just kind of clean up that edge right there. Sometimes I change the angle depending on what kind of look I'm going for. Sometimes I don't do this at all. It just depends. And I'm going to clean up any fallout, which I really didn't actually have too much. You know what I just realized? I'm actually not going to do lashes today. I just washed these. These are from House of Lashes, the Allure Light. I just cleaned them, but okay, I got a big hair stuck in there. Okay, I'm not actually going to wear them because I forgot I bought this. This is from Milk. It's the Kush Lash Primer. It's got a little before and after on there. I bought this specifically because Jay Kisses said she likes to use it in her brows before she puts in the Fiber Brow Gel, the Kush Fiber Brow Gel. And I forgot to do that. I put it on Dip Brow today, so I will do that next time. But I'm actually going to use this on my lashes today. So I'm going to wait to do that. I'm going to use it with the actual Kush mascara so we can try them out together. I've used this plenty of times before, so I know how it actually works. So we'll see if this helps. I'm going to do my base first then, since I'm not going to wear lashes. I like to apply my lashes before I put on my foundation just because I'm not like 100% that great at it. And if there's going to be glue and like all kinds of stuff, if it's going to ruin something, I don't want it to ruin my foundation as well as my eyeshadow. It's just less to fix later on. So I'm going to go in with my little sponge. Actually, I'm going to use a brush because that's what I've been applying this foundation with. I like the Flower Beauty one lately. I just put this into my May favorites. It's the Light Illusion and I wear mine in the shade Ivory. I'm going to apply this with the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush. I'll probably use the sponge a little bit just on my forehead. Guys, I don't know what's going on with my life today. I'm going to put this on first, the Tarte Smoothing Primer. This is a pricey primer, but I've had mine since January, so you can still see I have quite a bit left in there. And I use this at least, I'd say 4 times a week maybe. I have a little spot right there from a whitehead I picked at. Hopefully this covers that. I like this brush because it has the angle, so it's really easy to get like right underneath the nose, right up on in there. I love this foundation. It's, I'd say, medium coverage, but you can build it up just a little bit. It's very dewy. When I first put it on, sometimes it looks like a little bit, not dry, but it just doesn't look like it's full dewiness. It kind of sinks into the skin a little bit throughout the day and it looks better and better. I want to try more from them for sure. Just all the way down on my neck. I just rewatched, what's that movie called? Ever After. It brought back some memories. I used to love that movie so much. I want to watch Never Been Kissed next. That's been a minute since I've seen that too. Time to switch to the sponge. I like that more around my nose and on my forehead. What do you guys have planned for the summer? We really aren't doing anything. I'm gonna turn 31 in just a few weeks here at the end of June. Probably 3 weeks now, gosh. I can't believe it's June for starters, and then the fact that this month is already going by so fast. Little baby bangs are getting in the way. I am so tired of my hair. I haven't said this before. We're actually redoing our wedding photos. We got married, it will be 2 years in November, and we didn't like our wedding photos. I'm not going to get into it because, yeah, not going to go there. But we hated our wedding photos, actually. Anything that you see on like Instagram is a photo that either a family member or a friend took. We didn't like our actual like professional photos. So we are having them redone. And I don't need it to look like it's the same day, of course, but I'm trying to keep my hair just red and long so that I can do a bunch of different styles with it. I could have pink hair or whatever hair color, but I feel like it's just more classic and it's a little bit more timeless and true to me because I've had red hair the longest. That's that. I'm trying to lose some weight before we get there. I want to look nice and tight in my wedding photos, my new wedding photos. I'm really excited about this photographer. She actually did my sister's wedding photos, and if you've seen them on Instagram, they are stunning. I posted them back in February and March when she was starting to get them back, and they are stunning. So I can't wait to see what she does with our stupid faces, our silly faces. We're not the best at taking professional photos, but I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. It may seem silly, but to me, those photos are really important. I am someone, one, I'm a pack rat. I have boxes and boxes of photos and notes and cards, and photos are really important to me. I can be very nostalgic. I get in those moods where I just look back at everything And photos are very important to me, especially your wedding photos. And by now, I just have such bad feelings about them aside from the photos. They just, I need something else. I need something else that I can look at and be like, oh yeah, that was our wedding day, but 2 years later, but something that has the same feels. And we are taking them where we got married, which is the American Visionary Art Museum in Baltimore, so I'm excited. Now that that's down, I'm gonna do a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna use Flower Beauty again, the Light Illusion Concealer. Mine is in the shade Fair. And this is, again, I'd say medium coverage, but buildable. But I start small because it's kind of a thin fluid. And when you start to like pounce it out, you're like, oh, I got way more than I thought I did. I'm so used to using Shape Tape, which is a lot more thick. I still have some redness coming through after that foundation, so I'll put a little bit on my nose too. Have you guys tried Flower Beauty? What else do you like from them? I have the Celestial. It's like a glow oil basically that you put on before your foundation to kind of prep and illuminate and moisturize. I have that on my wish list. I think it's called Lash Warrior. It's a mascara. I have a couple little things on my Ulta wish list. So let me know what you like from them. I've heard good things about their sponge as well, but I don't think Ulta carries it. I think that one's at just Walmart. This concealer can get a little bit creasy, so you want to like set it fast. And while that's setting and kind of doing its thing, I am going to take this purpley shade and I'm going to run that along my upper lash line. I decided I want to just keep this bright rather than going in with a harsh black. And for that, I'm using this flat definer brush from Sigma. I think by the end of this, I'm going to be able to use most of the shades. The only ones I won't be using is this one, and the pinks and the one red shade, but I'm going to get a good variety on this eye. I'm just trying to get as close to the lash line as possible. Got it a little bit too thick, but no going back now. Okay, I'm going to take that same little blush brush and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. I will blend that out with one of the orange shades. It's going to look a little nuts until I do my mascara. You ever feel like that? Like eyeshadow looks so crazy before you put mascara on, or lashes, whichever you prefer. Take some of the deeper orange and put it on the outer part. My skin is so dry. I got a big old flake right here. It's from that Drunk Elephant. At first, like the first week I was using it, and I don't use it every day. It's like twice a week that you're supposed to start with, and you're kind of supposed to work your way up. I've never used retinol before, so I'm being extra cautious. But the first week, or even the second week that I was using it, I'm like, oh, this is not doing anything. And then now I've started to get a little bit more flaking. My under eyes are looking so dry, and usually that concealer looks lovely, but not today. And then I have just a little bit of the light orange shade and all around. So I'm glad I noticed my camera actually stopped recording. So if there's any change in the frame or my background or whatever, that's why I had to restart. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill out my waterline. This is the LA Girl Screamin' Neon Liner. This is awesome. I put it into my May Thrillers. It stays on the waterline for so long, and I love it. And I thought it would be perfect to go with this look. I'm going to go in with that primer from Milk. This is the Kush Lash Primer. I'm assuming it's white. Yes, it is. I think I have one lash primer currently from Urban Decay, and it's fine. I just kind of forget to use it. But the idea that J Kisses said she was putting it in her brows to kind of plump them up before going in with brow gel, I really was curious about that, but I haven't tried it yet. You see the spoilie there? That's kind of cool. Hopefully this can hide some of that glue. I didn't read the directions, like if I'm supposed to wait. I'm gonna put it on the bottom too, because why not? And then my light dye. Couldn't that just happen at the same time so I didn't have to get up twice? Anyway, it always happens when I do get ready with me's because they're usually at least an hour or more. And my lights always die. I got a lot on that one, so I'm gonna clean that off. So far it makes my lashes just stick together, it looks like. That could be me, I could have just used way too much. Alright, now let's try the actual mascara. I have a travel size of this, so sometimes it's really different when you're using a travel size for so long and then you see what the actual applicator looks like. They look pretty good. Ignore the mess I made. I'm going to clean that up in a second, but they look pretty good. I have lashes down here that just curl downwards. It's so annoying. This side and this side, they just grow straight down. They're definitely looking a little bit clumpy, but definitely longer than normal. Not bad though. For mascara, I'm gonna use this yellow Goodbye mascara from ColourPop. This is the only one I've tried, the volumizing mascara. Actually, I have the white one. I think that one's called Little White Lies. But this is the first colored one I have had. And I've used it once before. The issue with color mascara is that I end up getting it on those lashes that grow downwards. And the last thing I want to use from ColourPop are these jelly things. They're called Glitterly Obsessed. They're body glitter. It says online you're not supposed to put them on your eyes, but I already did. I did it once already. I got the shades Eternal Sunshine, which is the one I used on my lids the other day. Of course, I got it because of the name. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. And then I got this one called Disco Lady. I think I just want to take some out and put it on my inner corner. Hopefully my eyes don't fall out from doing that. Can I lay it down? Yeah. I don't know how much this is going to pick up on camera. For bronzer, I'm going to use this from Too Faced. It's the Chocolate Soleil. I believe it's the lightest shade, the Milk Chocolate Soleil. I tried it out in a video a couple months ago. I think it was subscriber favorites, and I realized that I was just kind of neglecting it. I had only used it a couple times. I use butter bronzer every day, and I love that one so much. I don't even know why I bother. My bangs are gonna come down and cover it. Let's do that now so they don't look all kind of funny. I got like the alfalfa bangs. I was looking at myself the other day. I have a couple choices for blush. I just got this from CoverFX. I've used it twice. This is in the Soft Peach. It's the Blush Duo. It is so pretty. It's so beautiful. I knew I had to have this the second I saw it. And I also have this from ColourPop. It is Get Laid Super Shock Cheek. That one's way more orangey. I think just because this I think would go really nice, but because I'm gonna do a bold lip as well, I think I'm gonna do the CoverFX and then use this one another time. And I've been just wearing the shimmer over the blush. I haven't been using it as like a highlight or anything. I am looking wrinkly. I'm going to use the shimmer shade. like a weird dry patch thing going on right here that it is clinging to. Otherwise, I do think the shade is beautiful. I'm gonna go in with some highlighter. This is the Natasha Denona Super Glow. Again, it's just something I realized that I have been very much ignoring. Love to highlight my Cupid's bow. What I originally bought and intended for this was the Orange Fizz Bite Beauty. It's called Outburst Longwear Lip Stain. Atlee has been wearing this a lot on Instagram, and that's what made me want it. But I also have several new things from ColourPop that I haven't tried. So I have the Glass Lip liquid lipstick. I have a So Juicy gloss. Which shade did I buy in this? Princess Cut. And then I have a liner as well that is in the shade Another Round. So I have quite a few things to try. I definitely want to keep with the neon theme though and just go in, I think, with this lip stain. But I think I am going to put just a little bit of this lip pencil down because right now I have foundation lips. This color is really pretty. I have used this, I think, once before. It's very creamy. It doesn't drag too much on the lips. It's more red. Is it pink or is it red? I can't even tell. It's not the color I thought it was going to be, but maybe alone it will be. I'm gonna put a little bit of this gloss on top, the So Juicy gloss. I'm gonna set my base while I'm debating that. We'll let that dry and then I'll see which one of these I want to use. So Juicy is just clear lip gloss. And then we have the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip. I think this may help bring out some of the orange. So I think I'm gonna use this one. It's called Glass Lip. I'm going to finish this off with some Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, which I'm almost out of. I really need to get some more of this. And here's the completed look. I really like the way this turned out. I think it's bright and fun for summer. The lips, however, are more red than I wanted them to be. I was expecting like a neon, hot, like Cheeto kind of orange, and now they look more red. I think the gloss that I put on actually made it look more red, but I still think it's somewhat cohesive and it looks okay. Let me know what you think below. Should I change this lipstick? I think it's okay. It's fine. The palette, awesome. Really enjoyed the palette. Like I said, you do have to work into those shimmers a little bit just to get more of that pigment to pick up. But once you do, they work really well. The mattes all blended really well together. They're pigmented, but not so pigmented that they're hard to work with. I like something that you do kind of have to build upon. I think it's a little bit easier than starting with a shade that is very pigmented. Really love the palette. I think I might pick up the pinky purple one next versus the green. The green isn't getting a lot of love, so I probably won't pick that one up. I almost did. That was almost the first one I went with. I'm glad I went with this one. I think it works really well with the yellow liner that I have and the mascara. As far as the glitter is concerned, I'm looking at my monitor and it looks so bright. In person, it's just like when the light hits it, there's like a little bit of a reflection. When I first put them down, the gel formula looked almost muddy, like it picked up some of the shadow, but now that it's dried, I think it looks really cool. It's completely clear except for the glitter. And I know I added a little bit too much, but I think it's fun. It's fun for a special occasion. They were fairly affordable. I want to say they were $8 or $10, so something fun to add to my collection. The other thing I tried was the lash primer, which I do actually think made a difference. Whether or not it was because it made my lashes stick together so they look thicker, but I do actually think they look longer. So I'm curious to see how it holds up throughout the day, if they start to droop or not. But overall, I tried some cool makeup, some things I really liked. I really liked the palette. I like the way everything turned out, and I talked about some stuff, some new stuff going on in my life, so I hope you guys enjoyed that part of it too. If you did, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up or subscribing if you haven't already, or leave me a comment below. I always like to know what's going on with you guys. Anything new in your life? Have you started anything new? Any new jobs? Any new trips that you're planning? Let me know what they are below. Anyway, I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.